Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Mattel doll news to talk about. From Fang Vote 2026, Abbey's final doll results having been chosen. First look at a scrapped G3 Robecca concept art and what she could have looked like. First look at Barbie, Miley Cyrus doll, Disney princess, updates on crew productions, upcoming, and more. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join us down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure. And let's get into it. Okay, first off, we have a little Disney princess update here. We got a first look at the new Aurora's Cake Creations fashion doll with dough playset. So it's obviously a playset, and the gimmick here is that you're able to create your own cake, your own version of the crooked cake from the movie, you know, for her birthday. This is so cute, especially because the fairies, the godmothers, right, they're included here. Flora, Merryweather, and Farragonda, is that her? I forget the names, but the godmothers, they're iconic, and it's really rare that we ever get like them included as figures or, you know, the dolls. So this is just, I know they're like part of the playset. Obviously they do, like, all of the little fairy pieces are actually, you know, they are like a mold to create the shape of like one of the tiers for the cake. And actually the green fairy, I forget her name again, but she's even attached to the actual lever, so you can't even remove her. But overall, this is really cute. This is fun. It's a gimmick. You can create a cake. The doll is so simple, I know, but of course, you know, with a playset doll, the dolls are always going to be much more simpler, and they're going to be lacking in some areas because the budget obviously has to be, you know, fairly equally kind of distributed between the two, the doll and the playset. But overall, this is cool. I just wish we had more merch, you know, more dolls, more figurines of the godmothers, because they are so cute. The fairies love them. And a doll is just kind of boring. But yeah, the skirt is fine, I guess. But you can just tell it's gonna be such a papery feeling skirt. Next up, we have a new 2-pack here, part of the Barbie Nutcracker anniversary celebration. These are ballerinas, again, coming together, and they're releasing sometime this year. This is just more of the same like we saw previously with the Barbie Nutcracker anniversary dolls. It's still baffling to me how Mattel has messed up such a monumental opportunity. They could have done reproductions of the original movie dolls. They could have done literally anything else than this. They could have, you know what, they could have done all of these playline dolls. If they insist on giving us this kind of quality, then fine. They can give us these playline dolls for the kiddos if they insist that they even like them. But then also give the adult collector something for the anniversary. Again, reproductions of the original movie dolls. Give us a, you know, inspired by Clara doll or Sugar Plum Fairy. Like, there's so much they could have done. They could have, you know, appeased both the kids and the adult collectors, not just giving us these like low quality budget playline dolls that, quite frankly, I'm not even sure if kids will like, because they're just so uninspired, lazy, boring. There's, I mean, like, you know, thank goodness they have wrist joints, you know, and elbow joints, but they don't have ankle articulation. Their little ballerina slippers are not painted on. They don't have knee joints. Like, in what, they're supposed to be able to dance? How? How? Like, it's just, you might as well just get like the Barbie Ballet Wishes doll. Like, yeah, pay double the price and at least get her for, you know, one doll. So yeah, it's just, I don't know what's happening, Mattel. It's like they could have made so much money, and like, yeah, really, they would have made a lot of money if they had done reproductions. You know, who are we kidding, right? Like, we would all be salivating at our mouths, foaming at our mouths, like, just to get these reproductions, because on the secondhand market, they are insane prices. So yeah, but they did not. They messed it up. And I'm just like, well, I'm not surprised, but it's just like, I'm still disappointed. Next up, we have the new Barbie graduation wishes doll for this year. Apparently, she's coming out in February 28th, around that month. So that's fun. Price point, I'm not sure, but I hope she's not more than $30 because that would be, if she's more than that, that would be way too much. Because this is a really simple doll. She's on the Model Muse body. I believe the face sculpt she is using here is the Generation Girl, right? So it has the open mouth. It does look very nostalgic. I think a lot of people will probably wait for a sale to get her because of the face sculpt. It does look very nice. She's very cutesy. The hair, she's brunette. It's like very short, it's not too short, but it's like a very realistic length, so it's cute. She's a cute doll. The hat is fabric, yay, hallelujah. The robe, the sash, the dress, it all looks decent enough, and even the little scroll is not just a paper printed out, like it's actually like a little scroll that's like rolled up paper and a little bow, like it's an actual thing that they made and not just like a printed piece of paper. The shoes are simple. So yeah, overall, she's a cute doll, but definitely, I beg of you, Mattel, please. If she's like more than $30, that's going to be like insane. And even at $30, you're like kind of wondering like, well, yeah, is she worth it? I don't know. But she's a cute doll at the very least. And I think a lot of people will want to get her because of the face sculpts and the mix and match probabilities with the outfit pieces, because they're not too bad. They're fine. They're decent. Next up, this is insane. We have a first look. Well, gradually over the past week, we've been getting these like kind of like half leaks, half pictures of the new Barbie signature Miley Cyrus doll. And these are real. I know some of them have been AI, like the one specifically where there's like the Barbie logo underneath Miley Cyrus's logo. Those are, I think that's AI, because this is the real packaging where it just says Miley Cyrus's name. It's just her name. It doesn't have the pink Barbie logo underneath, because Barbie doesn't really do that anymore, especially when it's Barbie's signature and when it's more of like considered a higher quality collector doll. They don't just put a pink Barbie logo on the front. They want to make it look more, serious. So usually the Barbie signature logo will be on the little corner in the left bottom corner. So that's how you can tell. But this is really insane. So obviously new face sculpt for Miley Cyrus here in her likeness, and the outfit is based on one of her recent music videos. I forget which one. Golden Dream Burning, something like that. Iconic. Wow, iconic. So many people have been resharing this doll, praising how good she looks, and I have to agree. The bangs, the face sculpt, the screening, the outfits, she's articulated, and I do think she's gonna be $50 probably. But honestly, take my money. Like, this is amazing. She looks amazing. Is the outfit a bit boring? Yes, it's all just black, and also it's kind of like that pleather material, which I'm not sure if it will, flake over time. I do think like eventually it might flake. It's curious, you'd think by now Mattel would have figured out a way to kind of stop that from happening, to create like new textures that don't flake over time. You'd think like in today's day and age, like something like that could be possible, but maybe it's really not possible. Maybe these kind of fabrics, they just have to disintegrate over time. It's just, you cannot change that. But I do think they have been able to kind of like enhance the longevity, so I do think they last longer at least. So that's great. Because yes, these fashion pieces are amazing. I love the coat, the belt, the top, the pants, the heels are simple, but she is just amazing. And again, she's got articulation. I do think she has, I mean, I'm praying we can't see any joints here because they're all covered up, but it looks like she has joints, at the elbows, at the wrist. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because that would be amazing. Even if it's not made to move, just like the standard, fashion, like standard kind of like at the elbows, wrist, and knees. That would be all I need. Yeah, that would be amazing. But I think overall this looks really good. The face came out perfectly. It looks just enough like her. It's not like obviously super hyper realistic Miley, but it looks like her. You can tell it is supposed to be her. It's more of like a glam Barbie version of her, obviously, yes, but it looks like her. It captures her essence, and I think that just it really came out perfect. So yes, and I cannot wait to see all the customs people are going to make of this doll for Hannah Montana, customs, like all her other, concert looks, music video looks. Like, this new face sculpt is going to open up doors we've never seen before. So it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be monumental. So yeah, this, I don't know when she's releasing, but hopefully, I mean, you'd think with all these leaks coming out and people actually owning her and sharing pictures of her, you'd think like she's releasing sometime soon. I do think that's the case. Perhaps like in the next couple months, she will be releasing officially. I'm just hoping that they have enough stock, because again, she will sell out like hotcakes. She will be so popular. Everyone's gonna want to have one of these dolls. Yeah, overall, I'm really excited. And yeah, good on you. Like, see, Mattel can deliver when they want to. They can do good. Moving on to Monster High news, designer Taylor Pierce was able to confirm to us that thankfully the new upcoming fourth wave of crew productions, including Rochelle, Rebecca, and Venus, the hair type used for them will be Saran and not Polly. We were kind of like iffy about that, like what was gonna happen. Apparently, because Spectra's hair colors they could not find in Saran, they had to use Polly for her crew production. That's the reason why. But for Venus, they were able to find good matches. So that's great news. So yes, now we know that the fourth wave will have all Saran hair, which is great news. Obviously for Venus, it's just a bit different because, her original hair type was Kanekalon, and it's a different texture. It just felt different. But I think it won't be too much of a game changer. I mean, aside for perhaps how it like lays and stuff, I think it will still look just fine. So this is good news overall. Yeah, really glad to hear that it's not Polly, because that would have been kind of bad, especially after how people were so disappointed with Spectra and how her crew production had Polly hair. Now, speaking of Taylor Pierce, we now know that she was the designer behind G3 Rebecca's design. We even have a concept art here that was shared by her directly on her Instagram story. So thank you to Taylor for sharing with us her original sketch concept art, her first imagining of what Rebecca could have looked like in G3. And right away, you can see that she would have looked much cooler if the higher ups at Mattel would have let her keep the design elements here, like the cape. The cage skirt had like brown gears, and it definitely looked much more steampunk-ish than it does now in the final version. The goggles, the hair, even the details on the boots, just it all looks so much more enhanced, so much more detailed, so much more edgy. Yeah, it kind of feels more personal. So it's now clear to all of us that the reason why G3 Rebecca's design kind of fell flat is not because of the designer herself. It's because of, the higher ups who, said no and they had to cut back on some kind of grand and major elements here, like again the cape and just some design choices like accessories and additional details on her design that I do think would have really helped to make her more herself. So yeah, this is what we could have had, and unfortunately we did not get that. So I think even though we did not get this, I do think she still looks good. The final doll, is she still really adorable? It's just, yeah, she's more adorable than cool, and I think that's the problem. It's like we want Monster High dolls to be cool and edgy and not necessarily cutesy and adorable all the time. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why people are not liking her, but a lot of people have been finding this doll already in person in stores and sharing reviews. And I think from the first thoughts that I've been hearing from people, seeing these like real life pictures, people are liking Rebecca. Like, people are having a change of heart. They are starting to grow on Rebecca much more. So even though I think the original reception of G3 Rebecca's design was kind of like lackluster, I do think now that people are actually finding her and she's the new hot item to get, people are more like, oh yeah, she's cute. you know how it is. But honestly, I do think she's really cool. And even though she is still kind of like just a much more tamer version of what Taylor Pierce had originally in mind for this design. By the way, speaking of Robecca, apparently Taylor confirmed to Zombie X Corn that G3 Robecca is supposed to be from Indian descent. So, okay, what am I, what am I supposed to do with that information? We don't really have any kind of descriptions or any kind of references on her design to kind of back that up. Like, I'm just like, okay, I mean, if the designer Taylor herself, like, just casually mentioned that to, Jey, Zombie X Corn, and they were like, hey, she's Indian. Okay. I mean, wow. I just wish they had more. They could do more with that, because now I'm like, well, I don't see that in her design, like she could have had a bindi, she could have had some, some extra details here now that I know this information, but like, okay, I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, it's just like, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I see kind of like what they were going, like I see how she could, but I'm also like, well, I wish they would have done more with that heritage aspect to G3 Robecca, instead of just like, oh yeah, just dropping that bomb on us and be like, yeah, this is her origin apparently, and like, do with this what you will. Okay, thank you, but I do hope that they do more with this in like a music video perhaps. By the way, has Monster High just given up their YouTube channel? I've just realized that it's been a while since they've released a new music video, a new animated short, a new anything on Monster High's YouTube channel, like for G3. So I guess they completely scrapped doing music videos for all the new core characters. I think the last one they did was for Caddy, Nephra, Jennifer. Are they gonna do one for Skeleta? I mean, I'm assuming they will, and for Robecca. And so hopefully whenever they do make those music videos for Robecca or Skeleta, they're able to kind of like more highlight the heritage aspect of her apparently being Indian descent. So yeah, but overall, yeah, Robecca's here, G3 Robecca's here, and she is quite certainly making a splash. I do think she's really fun. I can't wait to get her. But what do you think? Next, this is actually like fully fresh news. I just checked Twitter, and that's how I saw this new post by Seeing Mount, where apparently there's a new release date in the Mattel Creations calendar for February 19th for Monster High. And apparently it's going to be expensive. So usually they have these like little like ways you can tell how expensive something's going to be from the calendar. There's like a $1 sign, $2 signs is like medium, and then $3 signs is like the most expensive something can be. So this release, apparently the one on 19th of February, it's going to be the $3 signs. So it's going to be apparently very expensive, but we don't know what this could be. If this is really that expensive, then I doubt that this release will be Morticia from the Wednesday Netflix show. It's not going to be her because that Morticia doll is not going to be that expensive. Could it be? No, because Coraline's Collector wouldn't be that expensive either. She would be like $70 US, and that would be more like the $2 signs, not $3. So this is kind of scary. What could this be? Again, this is not your usual Skellector release, because those are usually less than $100, or $100, but that's still like, I think the $100 US mark is still considered like the $2 marks, dollar signs. That $3 signs is usually like over $100 US, over $100. So, yeah. Ooh, this, I don't know what this is. It's, I'm scared. I'm terrified for my wallet. What could this be? It's not, again, I don't know what, could it be the Beetlejuice 2-pack? But that would not be more than $100. I don't think. So it is, I'm befuddled. I have no clue what this is, but I am, terrified. And lastly, yes, the final results have come in for the Fang Vote 2026 Abbey Abominable Collector Doll, and people are divided. Some people, all of their picks got chosen, and some other people are not pleased with this execution, how she came out, and especially the price point. We were talking about this in previous videos, how usually the Fang dolls are around $90 US, but the price point for Abbey here is $100 US. So there was also a price increase. Now she's available right now until the 11th of February for, again, $100 US. And she is made to order, so you can get as many as you want. You could get 5 if you so please. And you do not have to be a member to buy her. Only members were able to vote on her on the picks, but anyone can buy her. So that is good news. And also good news is that because this doll is a made to order and not a members exclusive, she, the promo codes that various doll influencers have been sharing, those promo codes do work on this doll. So that's great. That's great news. So if you've been saving those promo codes for a rainy day, like Zombie X Corn, Courtly Jester, Aaron Malibu, MH Love Tara, there's so many, the Doll Aisle, nostalgic dolls, like so many doll content creators have been sharing their promo codes. Basically, it's usually all caps, the promo code, and if there's a space in between, it's usually a underscore. Again, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to check there. I've been seeing a lot of content creators share their promo codes recently on their Instagram stories, so just check those out if you're not sure. But yes, or like Zombie X Corn and Courtly Jester do have, they always share as well. So just, you know what to do. You know what to do if, if you've been seeing those promo codes, but they do work. They work on this doll, which is great. Great news, because that means that she will be a bit cheaper to get. Now, since this is a made to order doll, that does mean that this doll has not been made yet. So the production will take a while, and she will be shipped by December of this year. So at least it is December of this year and not next year. That's good news. But yeah, that's 10 months away, right? I don't know. It's like 11 months. Like, girl, it's basically a long time. It's basically the end of the year until we get to see real life pictures of Abbey. So that's going to be a long waiting time. But yeah, I do think, even though my picks did not win, I had chosen the white boots, and I had chosen the ice kind of like looking base, and also the pickaxe block purse. I think those were just more creative. But even though my picks did not get to win in the end, I still got her because I do like her overall. I now realize that the black boots, even though I prefer the height of the black boots, because they're black and because the entire outfit is like this huge silhouetted coat that kind of envelops the shoes. Her legs are basically like covered head to toe, except for like the little slit in the front. The entire bottom portion of her doll is like covered by this coat, right? And so because of that, I do worry that the black boots, because they're black, obviously, you're not going to be able to see them in the coat. So that's gonna be kind of dumb, because the black boots are gorgeous, but like, I guess unless if you take the coat off, you're not gonna be able to see them underneath the coat, because it's too dark. But yeah, overall, I got her. I do think she's still worth it, and I like her. And again, she's made to order, so you have 2 weeks time now to decide if you want her or not. Again, you don't have to be a member to buy her. Anyone can buy her. And yeah, good news. I think she's still nice, but it is interesting to see how at the beginning of the voting here, people were so excited, but now with the final results and the doll finally being available, people are more divided. I've definitely seen people be like, nah, she's not the way she looks like. She's not the way I would have preferred her to look like, so I'm not getting her, So it's interesting seeing that kind of shift in opinion. Just because like a couple of options didn't win, which I totally get. I mean, I'm pissed, obviously, but I still like her enough. So, but it's, again, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Did you buy her? Are you planning on getting her, but you're waiting for now? You do have time. Again, 2 weeks until the 11th of February. And that was all of the Mattel doll news we had for today, but I hope you all enjoyed, and let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, no pressure to support that channel. And so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.